Okay, hello everybody, George Webb, and what I thought I would do is just describe what I think is the theory of the case in the death of the AI whistleblower Suchir bathroom, right? This is the one in my hotel room here. If you have a bathroom with a sink, right, this is where the first blood shows up in the case of Mr. Balaji, and it's a slamming of the head to the sink, and I think what happens is the head is grabbed, the hair is grabbed, and slammed into there. He's wearing two earbuds. His head's slightly to the right, and that's why this earbud, I'm just using the toothpaste, that's why this earbud ends up over here under the sink. Then he's turned, I think the person's still holding the hair and turning him, not to leave a mark, so there's not a physical mark. This is a pro move, right? You don't want to leave a physical damage to the head with a big lump, but you grab the hair. I'll prove where the hair is later, I believe. But then he's turned this way and falls, and there's a wastebasket here. That wastebasket gets knocked here, and he's also picking his teeth. At the time his head is slammed, he's flossing his teeth. That doesn't seem suicidal when you're flossing your teeth. The other thing he has here is his phone, and he's listening to music in the earbuds. The other thing he has is a fingernail clipper. Again, these are not suicidal activities. He's just getting back from celebrating his birthday. He just called his father. He's happy. Just spent 4 days hiking, his favorite thing, in Catalina Island. But this flies out like that, right? And that wastebasket gets knocked over. So he's like this, potentially on one knee, like this. And then again, I think the person grabs the hair, right? And then sits him down like this, right? Sits him down here like this, right? So his back's up against the sink. And we know this because I put a towel where there's no blood spot, but we know he had his head hit here, right? We know he had his head slammed into here because he has these raindrop blood spatters that are directly down. As his head is coming up, he has these blood spatters that are coming straight down like raindrops. So he's sitting here, like I said, and then there's a shot fired between his eyes, fired right between the eyes, misses his brain. But I'll try to get you the perspective here. There's where he's sitting, and I'll try to get that shot. It's where he's sitting on that towel, right? One earbud's still in the other ear, and he's shot at about this distance, about 6 inches away from his forehead, right? About 6 inches away. He's been told to stay still. He's got a gun on him, and then he doesn't realize he's going to get shot. He's shot, right? So that causes him we miss the brain, right? Goes in the forehead here, goes through the basion, lodges in the C1, between the C1 and the C2 process. He's still able to move, right? He starts crawling. Only one hole in his head, right? Only one hole, an entry wound, meaning he can only bleed out one way, this way, in this direction. The first blood pool is sort of here, right? Then there's a discontinuity, and a second blood pool, a bigger blood pool there, meaning he spent the first amount of time here. There's also a knee smear through this. So we know his knee, and so he's crawling this way. This is about 5 feet. This is the distance that we measured. Now he's still bleeding from here into this blood area. He's here, right? He's trying to maintain his balance. Now I'm 6'8", so I'm a lot taller, but then finally ends up here, right? And the telltale for this, sorry about the camera work, I'm doing this all by myself, is this hair, is this piece of hair, black hair, looks like it's from Suchir's head, from behind the head, is sitting in the corner of the door. Now, what suicidal person, again, if he was gonna, explain to me how, if he's sitting here and he shoots himself, right, how does his hair jump off his head, right, and go around the corner and then stuff itself into the corner underneath the door. But my theory is the person was using some type of bag, a red bag that we saw at the crime scene, to grab the hair to keep his, maybe to keep the DNA. But the grab happens, right? So I've got the bag around my hand. I throw him this way, right? That's where he knocks over the wash can. I sit him down here, right? I throw, and this is the key, I throw the bag here to get rid of the bag. Whoops, sorry about that. I don't know if you can see the bag there. But when I throw that bag, that's what creates this blood spatter. Because there's a blood spatter that goes out like that. There's a blood spatter that goes out like that. Because what they didn't count on was the guy grabbing the hair of Suchir Balaji so intensely, with the bag, with the red bag, so intensely, grabbing his hair so intensely, and grabbing him, forcing him down, right? Causing first strain in the hair, second pull over here to get him to sit here, telling him to sit, a third jerk on the hair, and then backing up, and then a fourth jerk. That's what creates that blood throw out in the room. Not easy to see, not easy to figure out, but the telltale, the hair in the corner. Suchir's hair in the corner. That's what I think happened in the last moments of the life of Suchir Balaji. Finally, the killer is leaving the scene, and this is what we saw by the door was the backpack. My theory here is that there was some exchange of files by one or more of the people that were on this camping trip. They were involved in high tech. They were looking at a startup. There's some intellectual property on here. I don't know whose. I don't know if it's one person. I don't know if it's all four people planning on doing a startup. But they know the drive is already in one of the backpacks, because the two things I really saw that they went through on the ground were the two backpacks. I know it's here. I open it up. I know what it looks like. This is worth $1 trillion. That's AI for the next 10 years. That's the training data for an AI engine. I can make a DeepSeek. I can make a DeepSeek copy with this. Just this big, I can get several terabytes on this. Most of these files are text files. Some are images, but text files for the most part. Don't take up as much space. Why is he killed? For $10 million in the future of AI. Who wins over the next 10 years?